This is to certify that movie
Twats
has been classified for live streaming.
I don't know what's going on there. Hey guys, Steve must be having technical difficulties. Giving his fucking internet. How is everyone? Hope everyone's well. Hey Chris, hey Kevin, hey Ali. Hope you're all well. Enjoying the weather. It's lovely today. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to Movie Chats. I'm just waiting for my co-host to actually fix whatever it is he's doing. Any second now.
Hello.
Can you see me? What happened then?
But for some reason, my internet decided to take a flipping dicky fit as soon as we went live. So I'm hoping you got the intro.
Yeah, we got the intro. We just didn't get anything after that.
You
Just
didn't get
you
anything
were
after
gone.
that. So, I don't know. We have narrowed it down now. It's the laptop that is the issue.
All right.
It's the laptop. I'm going to have to buy a new laptop.
You're going to have to sell the Pratmobile and get a laptop.
No. The Mazda is staying where it is. You know? The Mazda's staying where it is. And if it wasn't for me having half a bottle of Southern Comfort, I would have been driving that around when we were at the barbecue. You know?
Cruising.
Yeah, I would have been. Yeah. Right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another week of Movie Chats. I'm Big Steve. This is Little Steve, for those of you that don't know who we are. Yeah. How's your week been, mate? We had a brief catch up at the start. How's your week been?
Yeah, no, it's been hectic, mate, to be honest. I've been in work up until today. So, yeah. With weather being on and off, it's not been as warm this week in work, which is good. But, yeah, and then little one's got tonsillitis now, so we're just trying to sort that out. But looking forward to my 4 days off with him, which inevitably will be. Hey, Pat. But yeah, other than that, mate, not a lot, really. Not a lot's happened. How about yourself?
Yeah, just working. Working long hours and actually doing some work.
Actually doing some work. Well, you've got your little apprentice, haven't you?
Yeah.
The little mini-me. Call him Mini Steve.
Yes, we have Giles. He's started with us. He's with us for a 10-week work placement. So,
oh, bless you.
Yeah. We've got to make sure that he's learning and stuff like that, and he's coming along nicely. So yeah,
he's getting to know all
just
the
means
different
that I've got to do a bit.
Episodes.
It just means that I've got to do a bit, yeah.
Damn. Don't worry, I'm sure there'll be a pay rise somewhere down the line for that. You're now a tutor.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's interesting though, because trying to write down what it is that you do when you just do so many things just naturally, when you just get into a rhythm of doing stuff, and then you realize how much you actually do.
So you've taught him how to use Teams?
We were working from home today. Yes, we were. We were on Teams today. Right. So let's say hello. So good evening, Chris. Thank you for joining us. I hope the move and the decorating and everything is going swimmingly.
I'm sure it is.
Kevin, all the way across the pond. Thank you for joining us. Good evening, Ali. Thank you for coming on Saturday night, dear. It was nice to see you and Rich. You're more than welcome now. You know where we are.
Sorry we missed you.
Evening, Pat. And here's our mate, Paul. Long time no see, mate. I hope you're all okay. And we need to catch up soon, mate, and get you on the channel at some point.
Definitely.
Let's go into a new segment for the show. Rant of the week. Tell me when customer service in this country died.
About 10 years ago.
What fucking right? So as you know, CEX last week took a load of stuff to CEX, and he knocked half of it back, saying it was too scratched. They weren't going to take it back in. Although I bought it with them a couple of weeks earlier, and it was on my card. The person that was serving me was the one that served me a couple of weeks ago, and he wouldn't take it. We went to Birkenhead Sunday after Sunday just gone, and we took the bag that Ellesmere Port CEX rejected. We took the bag up to Birkenhead. He scanned everything in, and he said, "Yeah, you're going to get X amount. Is that okay?" Before I start unpackaging it all, said, "Yeah, not a problem." He unpackaged it all. We went walking around the shop. What we're going to spend our money on and get the voucher, etc., etc. Course is over 5 minutes later, and he says, "Right, I'm done. We've took everything apart from double impact." And I'm like, "Really? Yeah." You sound surprised. Yeah, because you gobshites in Ellesmere Port rejected half of this lot, and you just took it. No problems asked, no problems at all, no questions asked. You just took it, and you're like, why are the two different? Why CEX so different in each store? You know, and it just annoys the crap out of it. So I am officially giving up on Ellesmere Port CEX. You're dead to me now.
Dead to me.
You're dead to me. I get better service in McDonald's than I do in CEX, Ellesmere Port.
Really?
Know? Yeah. So if you can't work in McDonald's, you get a job in CEX, Ellesmere Port. You're dead to me. You're done. You know, and don't get me started on O2. O2 were a waste of fucking space.
I don't remember mentioning it, to be honest, but while we're here, what's going on with O2?
So, thanks for bringing this up, you know, rant of the week, you know. So I get two one-time activation codes text to me. Do you know when you are you with O2?
Yeah, no.
No. So
I am, but I'm not. I'm with work one.
When you speak to O2, you get two text messages when they try and access your account. You get this is a security text. You're going to get a code next time, so you get your code. And I got two of them through on my phone. So I rang O2 and said, "Can you tell me why you've sent me these one-time activation codes? Because I've not tried to access my account." And it says, "Go through fraud." So you go through all the automated system. You go to the fraud section. You're speaking to some woman, and that lady's introduced herself as the fraud team. She can't tell me why I've got the text. She can't tell me how someone has tried to access my account. So I don't know what security I've got to change. She's more useless as much as a chocolate fire guard. Let's put it that way, right? So I hang up. She rings me back and starts talking to me again. And I said, "Sorry, can I just ask you for your full name, your address, and your security code, please?" Yeah. And she went, "What do you mean?" And said, "Well, if you are such and such a person from the fraud team, you just told me that you would never ring me and ask me for those details. So I want these details off you." Just being awkward, right? Because it's not like me to be awkward.
No, I didn't think that for a second then.
No, right? So turns out she can't help me. So I hung up the phone. I rang up the complaints team, went through the whole rigmarole. The complaints team can't help me because she's not the complaints team. She's just fucking customer service. So I've got 3 complaints in with customer service now because it turns out the first girl I spoke to doesn't even work in the fraud department. So first of all, she's lied to me. Second of all, she's misrepresented you. And third of all, you're not the complaints team, and it's going to take me 3 days now to get a manager call back. So I've got 3 different complaints in now with O2.
Just seems like you're bitching a bit. Hey, AJ.
And I'm still no further on to who tried to access my account.
At this point, they've taken everything, mate. It's too late by this point.
Yeah.
They've assumed this Steve Jackson identity.
So I am at the opinion now, customer service in this country is dead.
It's not just that, mate. A lot of it's outsourced. You know, I mean, I've had my 50p's worth with people like Virgin because they send you letters out saying, "Oh, we think there might be malware on one of your systems in the house." So you ring them up, panicking. I had the emails first, then I started with the letters. So obviously, I ring them up, panicking, go through multiple different people. They run some tests there, um, and then they put me through to another department who must and go, "No, you haven't. I don't know why you've written that." And you're like, "Oh, what's that about?" He froze almost. Yeah. So they come to the conclusion after about an hour's worth of phone calls that actually I didn't have any malware on my system. It was just, and the thing is that what was they wanted me to go through to another department where it was a chargeable service to get it checked. It was just a scam to try and get more money out of people with a different company that's Virgin.
To make it worse, they're not local.
No.
O2 used to be around the corner from us down in Daresbury, so you could
back in the day.
You could drive to the call centre and walk in and go and speak to somebody. You can't do that these days because the stores are different. The stores can't talk to the call centre because they're owned by different people, so they can't help you. So you can't walk in and speak to somebody. No. You can't walk into the call centre to speak to somebody now. Anyway, that's rant of the week, so don't get me fucking started. So evening, Gareth. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, AJ. Thanks, Peter. You've joined me while I'm letting off some steam. Gareth, I've been genning up on Star Trek this afternoon, so we're on Video Tasties stream next Wednesday for a Star Trek quiz. So feel free to join us over on. Feel free for joining us on that channel because A, I'm either going to do really, really well, or B, I'm going to make a tit of myself with AJ and Michael, I think is the other person. So yeah, that's going to be quite interesting. Right. Shall we get started in what we actually here to do?
Go on then.
This week's featured actress, and we seem to be having a lot of actresses at the moment, is Julia Roberts. Steve, your top 5 Julia Roberts movies, please.
Do you know what? I actually thought this was more difficult than I expected it to be. In no particular order, I've got Pelican Brief. I think I remember watching that at the cinemas and really enjoying that. Erin Brockovich, another one I loved to watch at the cinemas when I was younger.
Yeah.
Then I'll go with Hook because obviously I love the film and she's great in that.
I haven't.
Flatliners, and why not one more, Pretty Woman.
Okay, so you've got 3 out of my 5 in there. In no particular order, I have got The Pelican Brief, Pretty Woman, Erin Brockovich. Then the 2 different ones from you. In fact, I've got The Runaway Bride. And I've got Conspiracy Theory.
Yeah, I'll say they're the good movies. I'm not saying they're not. But they're the ones that sort of are thingy to me, really. Like I say, a lot of those I watched when I was a lot younger.
Do you remember when we had Dave on from Savage Movie Reviews the other week? And you were talking to him about chick flicks, and he was sort of clicking the fact that he actually enjoys more chick flicks and rom-coms than he thought he did. That's where I sort of fell with Julia Roberts movies, because my honourable mentions here: My Best Friend's Wedding, Charlie Wilson's War, Charlotte's Web, Sleeping with the Enemy. Then, like I say, I've got Runaway Bride in there. You've got Notting Hill.
Yeah.
Now, it's hard to come up with a top 5 without reeling off another 15 that you enjoy, but then you realise shit, why have I actually watched these movies?
That's it, innit? You're coming to the realization that you actually know more about chick flicks than you do about anything else.
Yeah, you're like, fuck. Why is it that you find yourself singing along to My Best Friend's Wedding?
Well, I don't understand. I can't see Lana sat there going, "It's amazing." They're going, "What are you watching this for?"
No.
I can't see Lana going, let's sit down and put Notting Hill on.
We have done that just because people have recommended it to us. We have sat down and watched films just because people have done that.
Yeah, I think I agree. Ali was saying Aaron Brockovich is a brilliant movie. And
Yes.
I think that's what Aaron Brockovich, if I remember rightly, like the thing is, what I found with that is obviously she's great as a leading actress in that because she carries that whole movie all the way through.
Mm-hmm. No, it is
rubbish.
It's good to see the change in her character through Erin Brockovich as well.
Yeah.
You know, go from that trailer park trash right the way through to, you know, top like lawyer and researcher.
Yeah.
Like I say, the other film in there that I really do enjoy.
Yeah, I think she did, Ali. I think she did actually.
Did
she get an Oscar for that? I think she did.
The other one that I really do enjoy in there is Conspiracy Theory. I love Conspiracy Theory as a movie. I think Mel Gibson's absolutely brilliant. Patrick Stewart's awesome. You know, Julia Roberts is your typical eye candy.
She got a nomination for Academy Award for Best Actress in Leading Role, and an award for Academy Award for Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look. I might be wrong there. She might have got that as well. Go on, I am listening, mate. I'm just trying to find this Golden Globes Best Actress.
No, it's all right. You just go off and do your own thing. It's fine.
It's nice to get a word in edgeways every so often. Come on, stop acting all narky because you're tired. Oh, here he is. He's spat his dummy out. You think he's frozen, but he's just not doing anything. I knew you'd be back.
Have you stopped being a bully?
Me being a bully?
Yeah. You stopped being a bully.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, Conspiracy Theory. Have you seen it?
That the one with Mel Gibson?
That's the one with Mel Gibson, yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago, though, I think.
Yeah. Now, I really enjoy that. I think it's got a really good premise and a really good story. And I enjoyed how they did that film. And obviously, the one that everybody knows her for and remembers her for is Pretty Woman.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And then
pretty much lost her career, didn't it, at that point?
Yeah, but then when you realise that it's not, some of the scenes weren't actually her body, it was somebody else's body, then you're like, right, okay. You know? I don't know. So yeah, Ali's saying I've seen Pretty Woman that many times. She know it off by heart, word for word. I think she needs to come on and prove that. I reckon we could do that as a watch along.
I think at the time the soundtrack was massive, wasn't it? Like every household had a bloody copy of Pretty Woman's soundtrack.
I think every household now has a copy of Pretty Woman's soundtrack.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Right. If you were to introduce somebody to Julia Roberts, what would the go-to film be for you?
I think it probably would be Erin Brockovich. Because obviously it's based on a true story, isn't it?
Yes.
She's it's probably one of the best roles she's done, to be fair. Hey, Rich. So that's probably where I would go with it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Erin Brockovich will be the way to go for me as well, for Julia Roberts. Right. I think like I said, I think it was definitely difficult to come up with a top 5.
It's surprising, isn't it? Just when you look at it and go, actually, there's quite a few of them I like.
Hmm.
When we've
However,
had actresses and actors on here where before where we've looked at it and gone, struggled to get a 5 here, to be honest.
yeah. However, are you finding it difficult to speak about them now? I was geared up to speak about these films, and I keep getting drawn back into Pretty Woman, Erin Brockovich, and Conspiracy Theory.
Mm.
There is so much. Like I say, I've got Charlie Wilson's Wall there, and
Yeah.
I remember watching the film. I can remember enjoying the film.
Yeah.
I think it's just difficult to bring into a conversation about why I enjoy that film.
I mean, the thing is I wouldn't say. I think for me, I think the reason why it would be difficult to talk about a lot of them for me would just be because it's been a long time since I've seen quite a few of them. They're not, because it's sort of like mainly 90s movies, you know, and like Ali said, if you watch someone like Pretty Woman all the time, then obviously you could recite that. But like Erin Brockovich is as good as a performance as that is. That's not something I'm shoving on once a year. Do you know what I mean? But if it was on, I would watch it. No, I don't think. No, just purely because I mean, the amount of movies that I would watch if I had chance to would. I don't think I don't think I would have to go back and revisit it. It's not because I don't want to. It's just because I wouldn't. I don't think I'd find the time to. But if it was on TV, we had this conversation tonight, and you go, "Oh, actually, you know what? I fancy watching something. I've just been talking about it. I'll put it on." Or somebody mentions it, then I would put it on. But it's not a top 10 movie. It's an actress that I like and a movie that I like, but it's not something that I would naturally gravitate to. You know what I mean? I think if all you were interested in was rom-coms and that sort of movie, that sort of film, then you would naturally probably go to your favourite top 10. But it depends what I'm into, what I fancy watching. Really, with me, I've got a variance of movies of different genres and different eras, and I don't know. I would watch it if it was on, or if we were sat down. You'd fancy watching it? Yeah, all right then, no problem. But it's not something that, and this is the problem is that while I've seen these movies, it's so long since I've seen them. It would be like watching a new movie again.
Yeah,
that's probably where I would go with that. Whereas if you were to ask me something about Back to the Future, I watch it at least once a year.
I don't know how you can watch Back to the Future once a year.
Mate, they had bloody Home Alone on TV the other day. It's like, it's a Christmas movie. What are you doing in June?
Home Alone a Christmas movie?
Of course it bloody is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know it's set at Christmas, but so is Die Hard, and so is Rambo.
We're not having this conversation. It's too early for this.
It's
no way.
July now. It's July now. It's the countdown to Christmas.
It's not the countdown to bloody Christmas at all. Yeah, he found his Santa hat the other day, so he put his Santa hat on, put his Rudolph's red nose on, and put my Spotify Christmas songs on my Spotify. Sat there singing away to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bloody hell, son! You trying to tell us you want us to buy something for you?
Yeah,
yeah, like Mary Poppins, Back to the Future, Home Alone are definitely Christmas movies. Thank you. There you go. Ali agrees with me.
All right. I had enough of that one. Right, homework movie.
Come on then, let's come on. This is your moment, Steve. This is what you've been preparing your whole life for.
All right, the homework movie was selected by Mark by Blue Harvest Toys last week. It is the awesome however, very musical. Can you see me trying to get that out of my head? The Blues Brothers. Now, when I'm watching this film, right, and I've got this in my head that the Blues Brothers is not a musical, it's a film that's got music in it. Lots of fucking music in it. But it complexes me because they're not singing every 5 minutes. Well, they are singing every 5 minutes, but they're not singing the words and
they're not
the
singing the words
to themselves. Yeah. They're not singing the music and the dialogues to themselves, are they? They're singing the songs because they're a band. It's a song about a band. There you go. It's not a musical, right?
like almost like a biopic.
Yeah, of Jake and Elwood Blues. You know, they've got a full tank of gas and they're on a mission from God. And occasionally they sing.
Occasionally
they sing. Now, I'm not going to lie. I do have the Blues Brothers soundtrack on my phone. I do have it on my Spotify. And there's plenty of songs on there that are in my... No.
Yes, they
Grease
do count.
is shit.
Grease is a musical.
Grease is shit. And if you've done my film quizzes, you'll see my little comments about Grease in those quizzes. Yeah. So, Steve, did you do the homework?
No.
I've lost him.
You're lagging a little bit again. I don't know if it's me or you.
I think that's you.
Maybe.
Because you went blurry a minute ago.
Okay, it might be
There
mine
you
again.
go.
No, I didn't get around to watching it this week.
You've not got... Have you watched the Blues Brothers, though?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it many moons ago, but that's why I bought a Blu-ray of it. But it's
Right.
like you're saying, there's a lot. I like. My daddy's a massive fan of this movie, which is why I have definitely watched it when I was younger as well. And how to put it? I think I don't. I think it's okay. I'm not as obsessed about it as you are. But it is a lot of singing.
I think the word obsessed might be a step too far. I have been
Is it though? Is it though? Yeah, I've not seen this much enthusiasm in this movie since it was that bloody thingy in Mr. Tom or whatever he's called. The drive to watch this movie, you didn't need.
Good night, Mr. Tom. And I bet you still haven't seen Good Night, Mr. Tom, have you?
I've got the bloody thing here. No, I haven't. It's terrible, isn't it?
Now,
but yeah, like I say, I mean, for me, it's a good. What was it? Was it 70s? It's 80s, wasn't it? It was 80s.
80s. I think it's 1980, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a good movie for the 80s, you know. But again, it's one of those movies that. I mean, I like musicals, so for me, it's a good movie. But I'm just there's more musicals for me that I enjoy from around that time.
Now, this soundtrack sticks in your head, right? The soundtrack does stick in your head. You've then got the actors. You know, there's some great cameos in that film, you know, plus you've got the storyline itself, which is just an absolutely fucking blinder. How these two misfits have got to go off and raise money to save a child's home and a nunnery, you know, type thing. It's absolutely brilliant. The the bit that confused me, it still confuses me now, even though I've seen this film about 1,000,000 times, is Carrie Fisher's role in the whole thing, because she just turns up. She turns up, starts off with like a bloody catapult thing, and then by the end of it, she's got a fucking flamethrower and a machine gun and a rocket
Do you not
launcher.
think it was one of those where they rang up the mates and said that that how many of you can we get in, sort of thing?
It's like an
I'll tell you one
80s
thing.
Adam Sandler movie.
Okay, so just slightly changing the subject. I've never seen the second one, the 2000s. Is that anywhere near as good?
It's not as good.
Right, okay.
But it's still funny, but it's not as good. The whole Louisiana Battle of the Bands thing with the voodoo witch woman, you just lose a little bit of the magic from the Blues Brothers for me. But there is a bit there where they are singing in a concert thing, and they do Ghost Riders in the Sky, and that's John Goodman is absolutely brilliant, and you forget how good he is as a singer.
I mean, I like John Goodman as an actor, so I think if there was anybody that was going to come in and not reprise a role, but come in and be that right hand man sort of thing, it was definitely going to be someone.
Yeah.
So.
Was Kerry dating Dan Aykroyd at the time? I don't know.
Chris is saying we should have to do forfeits.
If you don't do your own homework. I've done my homework. I'm not, little Steve, on the other hand. This is like the third set of homework he's not done.
Well, good night, Mr. Tom.
Yeah.
You had a copy of that for about 6 months before that came off on the wheel.
It was one of the first movies we put on the wheel.
Because you had a copy of it.
But for me, the Blues Brothers sums up quite a lot of my film watching as a child, the Blues Brothers. And I think you're right in what you said at the start, that it was introduced to me by my dad, same way it was for you. And,
100%,
I think it's just like being an Evertonian, you go and it's drummed into you to be an Evertonian, and then you're stuck with it for life.
Is that your excuse?
Yeah, then the Blues Brothers is stuck with you. It's part of your DNA at the end of the day.
It's the reason I'm a fan of movies like Jason and the Argonauts and that sort of thing, is because whenever it came on, my dad made a massive song and dance about. We had to sit down and watch it. And it's like I said, it's definitely one of those. I mean, my dad's quite a musical person anyway. He's been in a band for years, and so it sort of plays quite a big part. And I remember when we went to the States and stuff, he tried. I mean, my mum and dad went to. Is it Memphis where Elvis is from?
Yeah.
And places like that. And then I remember when we went to, I want to say Universal Studios or somewhere. There was a Blues Brothers sort of setup. There was a couple of guys dressed up as them and stuff. And I remember us taking photos in front of him and all sorts. He just loves that movie. So it's always been something that we had to have on when it came on.
So when you've got the likes of like Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, you've got
there's loads, isn't there?
Oh yeah, the band themselves are well-known musicians, and then when you look at the songs, you've got She Caught the Kitty, you've got Shake Your Tail Feather, you've got Respect, you've got Minnie the Moocher. Do you know what? When you next come up, we'll have to go to the karaoke bar and you'll have to do Minnie the Moocher on karaoke.
I'm not bloody singing.
You'll have to do Minnie the Moocher, because you're not really singing Minnie the Moocher. You're talking Minnie the Moocher, aren't you? You speak through that. Then you've got.
Are you going to handle the harder songs? Are you?
Yeah,
you take care of them.
Then, have you ever tried to do Everybody Needs Somebody on karaoke?
No,
You
because
don't
I
realise
can't sing
how
for shit.
hard.
So I don't sing for shit.
You don't realise how hard that opening bit is where they start talking about good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the police here and all that, and it goes through that, and it's solid to get that first bit done, and then it gets easier after that. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have tried karaoke, or I did sing karaoke. Yeah, I think it's a disadvantage of
see that. I need to see that.
I think it's disadvantage of working in pubs that have it on as entertainment. I think that's where this goes.
Were you the opening act?
No. I was the barman that tried to get out of work.
End to get rid of people?
I was the barman that tried to get out of work, so I ended up going to do Time Warp on karaoke.
Hey, Blue Harvest.
But there is certain songs from the Blues Brothers that you can't help but sing along to, even when you're at home. And it's just such a good, heartwarming 2 hours of your life to watch this film and then try and figure out and it doesn't matter how many times that you've watched it, you're still thinking, are they going to make it up the stairs to that office in time? And then when you find out he's gone out for lunch and you see them, they're just sat there tapping away and sitting outside the office, and the police are bellowing down on them, coming through the windows and the stairs and everything. And you're like, are they going to cash this money in on time? And they do, but you just can't help but think, is it going to happen?
You get so animated with this movie.
Yeah. Do you know when people say to you, what film do you want to go back and watch for the first time on big screen?
Yeah.
This will be one of them for me.
Yeah. And the thing is that there's not, out of all the ones we've seen and stuff, there's not many that you would do that with, is there? There's not many that you'd be like, you know what, I wish I could go back to not knowing how this plays out.
Yeah.
Because that's that first impression of a movie. The question is, with that movie, did you see that too early? Did you see it at a time where you probably couldn't appreciate it as much as you probably would now?
Possibly. Did I understand some of the jokes in it? No.
It's a bloke's musical, isn't it? See, Chris is sticking up for you now.
Yeah. Did I understand some of the jokes in it? Did I understand all the context to it? Probably not. But, say more likely not, because I wasn't that type of child growing up,
Yes, Leo. No, thank you.
But it's still that type of film that I can watch now and I can appreciate it for what it is. And like I say, if I could go back and watch it for the first time on the big screen, I would. Even if The View brought it back for a big screen showing now, I'd probably go and buy a ticket just to go and watch it again. And Lana will be like, you can go and watch that by yourself. And I'll be like, oh, gone. You're really up shit creek. Yeah.
But I'm glad it just shows what these things can do, though, innit? I mean, it really shows that it can bring these emotions to people, and it's good. It's good. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. But your passion for it is a lot more than mine. Although I see what you're saying. Hello.
No.
Hello, Leo.
You saw the movie at school, Mark? Did you really? Christ Almighty!
Probably about primary school. They just shove this on for kids. It's got singing.
The line there that Mark's just put, "You're really up shit creek." It's just funny because they sat in front of the nun. They walk up the stairs and the door opens by itself. And they walk. They open. They start talking about going to see the penguin, and they're going to see none. And then they sat there in the old school desks, where the desks sat around them, and the two grown men in these children's desks, and they're wedged in, and he starts talking about. See, I was only born in '82, Mark. Does that make you feel old? That the two grown men are stuck in this child's desk. Next thing you know, she starts telling her about the thing, and he goes, "Oh, you're really up shit creek," and she slaps him and goes, "Tch." And he goes, "What was that for?" "Oh, you're up shit creek." And they go, "Fuck that bastard," and she's just slapping both of them with a ruler. And it's just fucking funny. And then they fall down the stairs as well, backwards out of these desks.
Do you think they would have done a sequel?
Brilliant. It's a great little scene.
Do you think they would have done a sequel had John Belushi not passed away so early?
What'd you say then? Sorry, mate, I went off.
I said, do you think they would have done a sequel had John Belushi not passed away so quick?
I think we would have got the sequel before Blues Brothers 2000.
Yeah.
I think we would have got like a late 80s sequel to Blues Brothers.
Because it was 82 he passed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It says on it. So that was only 2 years after the movie came out.
Yeah. I think if he stayed alive, we probably would have got a sequel about 86, 88. But then to get Blues Brothers 2000, and yeah, I enjoy the film. I don't enjoy it as much as the first one. I think, do you know, like we get these 30-year sequels now, and they try Coming to America, for example.
Yeah.
And Coming to America too. You're trying to bring back that humor from the first one 30 years later. And the Blues Brothers 2000, trying to have that gel, that click that Elwood and Jake had with new characters, and the new orphan boy that's in it as well. It is a good film, but it just hasn't got that magic there about it. And like you say, that whole Battle of the Bands and the Voodoo Witch Louisiana Castle bit, it just lost on me, that did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just lost a little bit of magic for me.
Neil says, was Chris Farley not linked to the Blues Brothers sequel before he died? Probably. Because he was quite a character as well, wasn't
he? Yeah. Give it a watch, Chris. Give it a watch again. You might like it because you're into that type of shit B-movie type thing. They toured as Blues Brothers. Yeah,
they did.
There's a great scene on YouTube at the moment. There's a great video of Dan Aykroyd doing Rubber Biscuit, and it never made it into the film, but I just love Rubber Biscuit.
Dan Aykroyd's 71 now. That's mental.
The bit with the Blues Brothers soundtrack now on Spotify, there's lots of songs that are inspired by the movie that they've tagged into the soundtrack. It's like Top Gun soundtrack. There's a lot of songs that were inspired by the film, and they've made it into the deluxe version of the soundtrack, and that's what they've done with Blues Brothers. And yeah, for me, it just ruins the soundtrack that they've added these songs in that aren't in the film. Yeah, there you go, Rubber Biscuit.
Is that one of them inspired by soundtracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, can you imagine having an inspired by Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, though? Inspired mixtape 4.
To be fair, that's the only one that would actually be quite interesting. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like they could start a whole new. Now that's what I call music off the back of that.
Now that's what I call Guardians.
Yeah. But it's when you've got something. It's like some of the musicals. You know, you get it quite a lot. I think there's 2 soundtracks for Romeo and Juliet, but on the second soundtrack, there's one song that was not on the original one, Everything else is just inspired by shit, really.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think if I remember rightly, I think it's the part with the young lad singing "Everybody's Free," something like that. Which I love that song, but you can only get it on the second soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a few that are similar like that. But then you go back to like The Greatest Showman and that second soundtrack that was just all famous people singing them.
No,
And I know that
thing
doesn't really interest you too much because you didn't like the first fucking soundtrack.
No, but you're right. I didn't. What was the one? This Is Me, wasn't it? Pink did.
Yeah.
So we had 18 weeks of This Is Me at fucking number 1 to 10. And it finally dropped out of the top 10. And then Pink decided she was going to re-release it. So we had another couple of weeks of that. And then somebody else did the what's the one that Hugh Jackman sang at the beginning?
Well, you're not talking about From Now On, are you? This Is the Greatest Show, is it? Something like that?
But what I'm saying is that there was a whole year of Greatest Showman fucking tunes, all sung by different people.
Yeah, well, that's Moulin Rouge from Jim Broadbent version of Like a Virgin. Yeah, that's a good one. Did someone say now that's not called music? Honestly, I've got some CDs in the garage that I hadn't put in the loft, and I've noticed that I've got a soft spot for keep picking up things like that. You know what I mean? Just it's got the word "now" on it. I just pick them up.
But I enjoyed that for the power ballads, though. Is that the one that's got the Power of Love and Tina Turner?
Yeah, of course it will. Yeah. This is a
like White Snake and things like that on it. Brilliant songs.
Living on a Prayer.
Yeah, but what I find now is that when they come on my phone via Spotify, I skip them because I've heard them too many times.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can't help but put them in a playlist. When I'm building a playlist, they're the go-to songs and skip.
Yeah.
Person that I've been listening a lot to is Corey Marks on Spotify, and is he the lead singer from Nickelback?
To be honest with you, I'm terrible when it comes to names.
But he started doing a lot of solo stuff, so the stuff on there that I'm really enjoying at the moment, like Devil's Grin and things like that. So I'm sort of gonna rock country at the moment. That's what I'm into.
You could go on that BBC One program soon.
Hit list.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'll be the best YouTuber ever to be on that program.
Would you?
Yeah.
This is still now. That's still an album. Just not. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I say, I keep buying them. I've got loads in the garage. But one of them I picked out the other day was Now That's What I Call Movies, and that's another one where it's got like six discs in, I think.
See, now
I'm sure the Spirited soundtrack. It's fucking July.
That's what I call movies. That's got your Forrest Gumps, your
oh yeah, of course it's got all that stuff on
Jurassic Parks, and stuff like that on it. And to be fair, I'm not. Every now and then when I'm in work and I'm not in a very talkative mood, and when I'm in work, I put my headphones on and I can bang the Gladiator soundtrack on.
Oh, I love Gladiator soundtrack.
And just listening to that, the other ones, War of the Worlds and Lord of the Rings, I can listen to those soundtracks with my headphones and just zone out from what's going on in the office and just enjoy. And then when I'm in a particular mood, I go and bang Scooter on the best of Scooter. And that just takes me somewhere else then. You know, you've gone from listening to the nice Dorset tones of Lord of the Rings to...
Yeah, but what Scooter says makes no fucking sense.
What?
None of it makes any sense.
What, Scooter?
Yeah.
Yeah. My name's Dave and I'm on the train.
Yeah.
And then he shouts, the painted cow.
The painted cow. What?
It makes sense to Scooter.
I watched that. There's like a reactions video of a guy on YouTube, and I think it's on YouTube, probably TikToks and stuff like that. And he puts that on in the car, like banging, like he's back in the day, and then he starts listening to it, and It's like it just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Just change the topic there. Neil's put, do you feel the power of the gladiators?
Yeah, I know he has.
Have you watched the gladiator thing on Netflix?
The American Gladiators on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
My God, that's some mini series. That is.
It is. I mean, the thing is that first season where they split it into two, that first bit, like health and safety wasn't a thing.
Oh no.
Can you imagine nowadays how it would play out if they'd done that? Forget the fact that health and safety would close it down. The amount of claims that would go in.
The fact that contenders were bigger than the gladiators in that first half of that first season.
Because they wanted them to be able to compete.
Yeah, you've got two big American football sized players playing American football on a concrete floor with no mat.
Yeah.
You gotta get hurt.
Like people just kept getting injured. We didn't know why. Fucking, and tell you what, the original conception of it was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like some of the games that they came up with at first, it was like, that's bad. I'm surprised it got past the first series, but then the contracts that they had them on as well. I'd love to see, there was a series or a program about the UK Gladiators, but I would love to see the similar sort of documentary series about the UK one, because obviously that's the one I grew up with.
Yeah.
You know,
so I remember the international ones where the American gladiators come over and stuff like that.
The thing is, with them American ones, they were brutal. If a gladiator got injured for any longer than a day, they'd pretty much be shipping him out. Yeah, that's it. We'll get somebody else in.
New one.
Yeah, this next one we'll call Sky. Like, Jesus.
Yeah,
it was funny though when that gladiator was going on about the first outfits they had, and it was like two things that were over there, and he just spent all day pulling it up.
It was like the comment he made there. Oh shit, we've lost 2 male gladiators to injury. I know what I'll do. I'll just go to the gym and get the next big bloke. And we'll just throw him in spandex.
That's literally what was happening, wasn't it?
Throw him in spandex and just see how he gets on. Do you want to come and beat somebody up for the night? Yeah, I'm off.
Yeah. But then that sort of, I say world tour, I think it was a world tour, that world tour they did, that was mental. Every single night, they were just getting absolutely bashed up.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, did they say it was something like a 52-week thing?
52-week tour and you got paid $5,000 a week.
Yeah. They got absolutely screwed with that.
Yeah.
But like you say, if anybody was remotely like injured, right, okay, next one. Let's find somebody. Let's go outside and find somebody else off the street.
It's like halfway through when she says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I did this when I was pregnant."
Oh yeah. Yeah, she was pregnant.
She was pregnant. She was 6 months.
She didn't want to lose her job, so she was wrestling. She was doing, you know, and that thing where they're doing the swing.
She's still doing it, yeah.
Where they're swinging over to knock them off that thing, and it's like concussions left, right, and centre. That guy, I don't know, that guy that contestant that seems himself as the bad man of gladiators.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'm a human trafficker. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because of gladiators. I'm now a human trafficker.
But it made me famous in the prison, so no one touched me.
That was definitely the weirdest thing about that documentary was him when he's talking and he's like, and then obviously for the last 12 years I've been doing human trafficking.
Yeah.
What? What did you just say?
Yeah, you've gone from having a nice life before you went on gladiators, and now you're a criminal. Well,
yeah.
God.
I was shocked at health and safety when we filmed it's Knockout. This is it. But what they're saying is that like a lot of these programs that sort of spawned after that, you know, a lot of it was inspired by these gladiator programs. You know,
I applied to go on Total Wipeout, and I never got asked to go and do it. But when you apply for Total Wipeout, they say, "Will you fly over to Argentina, wherever they were filming it in Argentina? But you have to be over there for 3 weeks, and you pay for your 3 weeks over there, and you're not even guaranteed to get on the show when they invite you over there."
Really?
Yeah, you weren't guaranteed to get on, so it was just like, right, okay. So I'm glad they never asked, because I wasn't going to book my
The question is,
accommodation.
would you have, if they'd asked, would you have gone on it?
Yeah,
Would you have been like, yeah, it's worth a shot. I'll give it a go.
if they'd asked you and they guaranteed the fact that you got on it, then yeah, I would have went and done it.
Be interesting that. Well, that would have been interesting to see that.
It would be interesting, you know. I'm quite, when it comes to doing like the assault courses and stuff like that, I do quite enjoy doing them. I'm making a titty yourself. We want to do Tough Mudder at some point, either this year or next year. That's quite good fun. There's the one by us in Tatton Park. They do it on the inflatable obstacle courses and stuff like that now.
Yeah,
as
I know.
well.
Yeah, they do them around here sometimes.
Yeah, so that's quite good fun. Yeah.
We had no flights to Argentina, just a bus ride to Whitley Bay.
But yeah, if they guaranteed the fact, if you paid for your Argentina to fly to Argentina where they filmed it, if they guaranteed you to get on it, I would have done it if they'd asked.
Oh yeah, it's a different kettle of fish then, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's where they film it, so that's where I've got to go.
Yeah.
Put you on reserve. That's not ideal.
But at the same time, though, they were probably filming the American one, the Spanish one, and everything else, weren't they? Because it's all
you
the same.
could have just shaved your beard and just had a moustache and gone on the Spanish one, couldn't you?
Yeah. So every international show, my beard just gets smaller until I get to that
the Mexican show.
But yeah, look at the other curious. Yeah. Yeah. Tough Mudder is just everybody knows the Tough Mudder, isn't it? It's like saying you're doing the race for life, isn't it? Everybody knows what that is. But there's other stuff there that I'd be interested in doing, and yeah, I think that's what we need to do, Steve. I reckon we need to get a YouTuber team together, and we'll do something like that.
Yeah, cool. That
me, you, Andrew, and Chris. Go and do Tough Mudder or something like that.
Yeah. 1 second.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah, I tell you what, they got absolutely bloody screwed when it came to things like the
royalties.
Yeah, the royalties. That was what I was going to say. Yeah, it's just mental.
Anyway, back to the Blues Brothers.
Well, I've had a request. So I'm going rogue.
Do you know what? Funny enough, I was just about to put that in. Who's coming on?
Thank you. The creator, the OG.
Do you mean the Judas?
The man that started it all.
Judas Hayden. Is he coming on?
The creator. That's it. I've just been summoned to provide the link.
I don't know. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Movie Chats. We'll see you next week. Right, okay. So as you're aware, I am a little bit younger than little Steve.
A little bit. Very, very small amount.
Little, still little. Now, I am 41 on the 20th of July. Now, unfortunately, the 20th of July does land on a Thursday. And and I'll be in no fit state because we're off on the Friday because we're going on holiday for a couple of days. And I'll be on no fit state on the Thursday night to be on the show. So if we could have a volunteer to babysit that little bellend, then that would be much appreciated.
I don't know. I just think your commitment's not really there, mate.
Says he who I'm still waiting for 3 weeks for him to put videos onto.
I'm gonna have to because the memory on my phone, because I've done it on my iPad and my memory on my phone's copied it over. So it's like your phone's gonna. What do you mean you can't see it? You can't see the link.
You haven't sent it to him. You've put it in the chat.
Oh, he's okay. So I'll send it in now.
You big mong.
I mean, I've heard a rumor that Belle's even doing a Christmas special.
Movie chat, yeah. Sorry, Chris and Belle.
Yeah, the Haydens.
Were you not watching their show on Monday?
Of course I was, and that's why I have I have this information.
Because it's not a rumor. Chris signed her up and said you're doing it,
and I think she was so surprised. She's really looking forward to it. I've sent it via Messenger, mate. Only 41. Where was your paper? I had 3 paper rounds when I was younger. I had one in the morning, one after school, and one on a Sunday.
So if you go back 2 years ago, Neil, I had hair when we started doing this.
No, you didn't.
I've been pulling it out, putting up with him. I've got no hair and walk around like Quasimodo carrying this little on my back all the time.
Yeah. I hope he's got it. I've sent it in a message in the chat to you now, mate. Hopefully you've got it. I've sent it in just to you though.
Well, I've put it in the chat now so anyone else can join. So we're going to pictures on Saturday to see the new Insidious.
You can tell. See, you look about 65. You cheeky twat. You're going to see the new Insidious, are you?
We're going to see the new Insidious on Saturday.
Okay. Do you mean a rom-com instead? Because you're not going to go and see those two.
We're going to see Insidious.
Lana's going to see Insidious. You're going to see the latest rom-com.
Lana, Ryan, Lana's cousin, and myself, we're going to go and see Insidious. So we get money off from work. So not only the fact that I get a free cinema ticket once a month through the bank, my work now gives us discounts on cinema tickets.
Bloody hell, where is he?
I know, I was thinking that. He's probably got lost in his in the new house. Anyway,
I reckon there's a firewall blocking Wales.
Have you got any pickups, Steve?
I don't think I have this week, to be fair, because I was off. No, I don't think I have. I've ordered some. I bought some movies off Damien, so they should be sent to me. So I'll have them in a couple of days, hopefully. But no, other than that, I've not really had anything. I'm contemplating getting Superman 3 because I've got 1 and 2 on 4K. There he is. Look at him. It is Hugh. Have you got your Hugh Hefner on?
Yeah, right.
He's dressing gown on. He's all snuggled.
I've got my PJs on.
Are you in the conservatory?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks good. Smart.
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you fine, mate. Founder of Movie Twats. See, there you go.
Whoop.
Bellend.
Hang on, my phone.
Yeah, all right.
Founder of Movie Twats, yeah.
That?
I'm not paying attention to that, Chris. It's so fucking small on my screen. So how's things then?
Small, isn't it?
Yeah, how's things?
Yeah, good, thanks. All right. We're getting there.
You're living out boxes everywhere.
Have you started watching Hijack yet?
No.
You started watching it, did you?
Yeah, I mean, we started watching it a couple of days ago, and then you get to see episode 3, and it's like, well, you got to wait now to watch the next one.
Really?
I thought with it being on like Apple TV, we'd have had all the episodes at once, but
So have they only
no,
released a
it's every
certain
week.
amount and then they've stopped?
It's just every week. It's one a week.
They've done that. They've done that with The Witcher. They've released the first 5 episodes of season 3, and then there's now a break. You've got to wait a couple of months now for the last 3 episodes to come through, and you're like, what's going on with that? But just give me the whole series and just let me binge the whole series, because I watched the first half in the same day.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, you just want to watch it all now. It's like it's 2023. Forget this one a week thing now. It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's pretty good though. Hijack. I'd recommend it. It tells the story of this hijack in like real time. So the flight is set. It's a 7-hour flight, and it tells the story like in real time over 7 episodes, an hour each episode. So yeah, it's good, and it's quite, I think it gives it quite a good level of tension as well. I think it's pretty good.
Well, are you reading up on it,
Well
Steve?
worth a watch.
Steve?
No, sorry, I've just been offered something. So, yeah.
Is it a Transformer? Is that what's took you?
Oh yeah.
Rock Lords.
Is it on Vinted again?
No, from somebody on Messenger. So yes, yeah. So I did see the trailer for Hijack, and it does look really, really good. I was sort of picturing it being something along the lines of 24, where it's sort of like the real time.
Yeah.
Type of thing, especially with it being episodic. But yeah, I didn't realise they haven't released the whole series. To be fair, I haven't watched any of the news. I've watched the first half of the first episode of Strange New Worlds, so I've still got to catch up on all of that. I've watched the first 2 episodes of Titans. I've got to catch up on all of that. But they're all the same. They're all weekly release stuff. Why not just give me the whole thing and just let me go? Especially with it being on Netflix and Apple TV and Amazon and things like that people are paying for. Surely you want that content to be ready and available when somebody wants to binge it.
Well, that's one train of thought, but the other train is obviously we want to keep people like for another month subscribing, so
exactly what I was about
stay
to say,
with us
Chris.
for another month. To get to the next lot of episodes. So but I'm with you. I want to have the option of binge watching stuff now.
Yeah.
The chances are you might forget about that program and not go back to it. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those situations where, I mean, there's been a few big series over the last couple of years where they'll release 6 episodes or 3 episodes, and then you have to wait like 4 months before the next lots come out.
Yeah. But that's what they've done. I've just said that's what they've done with The Witcher.
Yeah.
You've got the first 5 episodes of season 3, and now you've got to wait a couple of months now for the last 3 episodes. So what you're going to have to do is go back and watch the first 5 again.
Yeah.
To refresh yourself what's going to happen in the last 3.
Yeah.
But it's the last season of what's his face? Superman. Henry Cavill. It's this last season of him doing The Witcher, and then they're moving on. But they're not bringing his story to an end. They're just going to change him in season 4. We're getting a new actor.
They're going to recast then?
Yeah, they've recasted Liam Hemsworth.
Really?
Yeah. So
Chris
they've not
Hemsworth's
even
brother.
got an actor that's the same build, unless Liam Hemsworth's now in the gym for 12 months building his muscle.
Yeah.
He's going to come back looking like his brother Chris.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to recast. They've recast him. So not only did he lose Superman, in the same couple of weeks, he lost The Witcher as well.
He's not had a great time there, has he? To be fair.
No. So.
Yeah. So have you managed to get anything else watched, Chris?
Not really. We did rewatch Jurassic World Dominion the other day. We put that back on again. So have you seen that yet, little Steve?
No, I've
Have
got
you
it
watched
here.
it?
I've still not watched it.
I can't believe it. You're like,
Well, the thing is that
you're a fan of Jurassic Park.
No, it's not that.
I can't believe you haven't watched that.
I was looking forward to it.
The fact that we've got, do you know the fact we've got a movie-based channel, Chris, and it was probably one of the biggest releases of last year?
Well, he doesn't even do the homework anymore. It's pointless, isn't it?
I got the whole fucking thing. But the thing is that I was so looking forward to it, and then everybody started slating it, and it was like, all right, well, I don't have to watch that straight away then. You know, and it's just one of those I haven't got round to. People were whinging about it.
At the end of the day, right? If you're a fan of the Jurassic Park and World Series, which you are, you'll like it because it's just it's not, it's not particularly different from the others. Like Big Steve says, it all runs along similar lines.
Yeah.
But if you're a fan of the series, what?
So I can't hear me telling you noise.
Well, shut the fucking door then.
So you don't get this sort of PG attitude.
If you like Jurassic Park, then no, Jesus Christ. If you like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, then you'll definitely like it. No matter what people say, you'll like it because it's just in the same vein as the others.
So I got a question. When you got there, when you moved in, was it the first thing you set up was the telly?
Was
that your priority, Chris?
Not really, because we haven't really set everything up properly because we've got decorators and carpenters coming in. So
I'm still saying you would have
done. We've literally got skeleton stuff. Oh yeah, I mean, of course, otherwise we've got nothing to do, have we? In an evening, other than go out and stuff. But we're not going to do that every night.
So is Belle watching some portable TV at the minute then?
She's watching True Blood, and I can't stand it.
Hey up, here he is.
Hey up.
Belle said something the other day, Chris, about your collection being on the landing. Has she relegated you out of a man cave, has she, onto the main landing now?
Well, I don't really have a man cave other than the office. I might move the stuff into the office because it's probably going to be big enough to have it in there. So
yeah, I think so.
We're just going to wait until everything's done, and then I'll probably be able to move it in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we are blessed tonight. Got the man, the myth, the legend, and Chris.
Good evening, Neil. How are you, sir? I think this is the first time that you've been on the channel, isn't it?
It is, yes, it is.
It is. So, welcome. And, what have you been watching this week?
I've been going through... Have you ever watched Dark Side of the Ring?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's not porn. I'm looking at all this one.
The wrestling stuff. Did you watch Benoit?
Yeah, yes, I've watched the Benoit. I think I'm near enough the end of series 3. But that's been my go-to when I'm doing stuff at the moment, like on in the background. So
yeah, it's some dodgy stuff in it.
Oh, it's so shady, the world of wrestling when you see it.
Yeah. I think to be fair,
I did find it interesting that. Sorry, Steve, go on.
I was going to say, I think when I was sat there and watching that Gladiator thing the other night, the stuff that happened was shocking, but it didn't surprise me, and I think the reason for that is because I've become so sort of numb to the fact of watching things like that, the Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah. Because it just some of the stuff that happened in wrestling is ridiculous.
I think it was quite interesting on that American Gladiators when they were comparing themselves to the wrestlers about the steroid use and the drug.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're going to drug test you, but we're not going to bother telling you the results.
Finding other means of not getting caught, but using the same stuff, and it does shed a light onto some of your childhood heroes and what was actually going on.
Well, I think one of the next ones, I don't know if it's which one was the last one I watched. Was about the FMW, which is a Japanese wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
And I think that the next one might be about the steroid trial in America with George Zarion. Basically, write a prescription for anything a wrestler wanted. There's your prescription for painkillers, no worries.
Yeah, exactly that. See, with the gladiators, they had to travel over to Mexico.
Have you seen any of that? The Dark Side of the Ring?
Chris?
I haven't.
No.
It's interesting because he goes on about a lot of the older wrestlers as well.
Yeah.
No, I think there's
I've never really been into wrestling, to be honest. So
yeah, true. Fair enough.
It's not so much about the wrestler. It's like because there's you'll have heard of Jake the Snake Roberts, Chris.
You haven't seen him. You haven't seen him picking mystery wrestlers out of a box.
No, I know. Like most of the like 90s, like like the WWF guys.
Yeah,
most of
that's what a lot of it's about.
Yeah, because like Jake the Snake Roberts, when you hear about like his family and how there's no wonder he ended up the way he was on drugs and with drink and everything.
Yeah.
Because there's another good one which is wrestling. No, Beyond the Mat, which was in the late 90s. And that's when Jake the Snake Roberts is at his bottom, and like he probably took part in that documentary just for drug money.
The Jeff Hardy episode of Beyond the Mat was quite interesting because he's another one where he was like, I'm famous. I've gone from being a nobody to famous practically overnight. And like top draw tag team wrestler and stuff like that. The Jake the Snake one's actually quite it's quite depressing how that happened, wasn't it? With the honky tonk guitar shot and how one moment of madness and an incorrect prop has set his life onto drugs and now getting painkillers and stuff.
It's like Davey Boy Smith. I mean, he was only 39 when he died. In large part, not surprising with like the steroid abuse, but he injured his back when he was slammed on a trapdoor for the Ultimate Warrior in WCW. And then he got addicted to painkillers. It is a shady world. But I'm surprised because have any of you seen Glow?
Yeah.
How they've done that? I think like a good series would be like taking all the stories from different like federations and the territories in the 80s and early 90s and putting that into a series. You know what I mean?
Well, Glow got cancelled after season 3, didn't it? There's no more after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to Chris's picking mystery wrestlers out. When is your next Whatnot? When are you back on the air with that?
It's like he's thinking about it.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? He can't hear us, can he?
Is he frozen?
No, he's not frozen. He just looks that way.
It's a bit intermittent. I don't know. It's probably me. I don't know whether it can cope with so many people on screen. But that Dark Side of the Ring thing. What channel is that on? All right, Bowser said our internet's playing up. So that's probably what's going on here now. So
Dark Side of the Ring. That it's by Vice. So I think you can get some of them on E4 for whatever 4D is or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
But I'll get them through other means, shall we say.
You can watch episodes of it, I think, on YouTube as well, to be fair.
The bigger episodes you can.
All right.
Yeah.
When are you next on Whatnot?
It's probably going to be a couple of weeks because I can't get through all my stock and that at the minute. It's all in the garage and stuff. So
Is it a nightmare trying to pick stock at the
Plus,
minute?
it'll give me a chance to get out to some boot sales. And it's not a nightmare picking listed stuff, but it's all my unlisted stuff it's all just stacked up in the garage. So, if I can get to a few boot sales and start collating some stuff to do or whatnot, then probably in a couple of weeks.
So how long have you moved? Have you just moved up this week then, Chris?
To save up a bit. So about a week ago.
Yeah, he's quite fresh to the Welsh valleys, aren't you?
It's Welsh, isn't it? That's the thing. You should never have moved there. Never had this problem in England.
No, he's in a foreign country now, isn't
he? Yeah.
Oh, it looks like we've lost him.
You say that?
The internet is slow over there in Wales. Different country.
The whole lifestyle's slow in Wales.
We're not.
We're not.
Tune in next week to find out what happens.
Oh, he's back. There we go. We've got him. Do you know what he looked like? Do you know when he froze then? Do you remember? Oh, he's gone. Do you know when he froze then? Do you remember Death from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Erica.
Hello. So, what else have you been watching then, Neil? So, you've been watching Dark Side of the Ring. Have you watched any of the yet?
I watched episode 1 of what you call it? The Invasion.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
I watched episode 1, but I haven't gotten around to watching episode 2. Is episode 3 out today as well? Is it a Wednesday?
Yeah, I haven't watched any of Secret Invasion yet. I'm not in any rush of watching that, and I think because I've been marvelled out the last couple of years, I'm just sort of taking my time trying to get back into it. It looks really good. I just haven't got around to watching it yet, and I think that's why I haven't sort of binged Titans either. It's quite samey.
Do you think it's going to get? It's just like you say. You just need a bit of a break from it at the minute, and also the fact that it is releasing like an episode a week or whatever in it. So you'll be able to sort of binge watch it when you are ready to watch it.
One of the things I'm disappointed with Netflix at the moment is that the big release this week was the 2000 movie Shaft.
Oh God, yeah, I noticed.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
But that's the one they're pushing. It's back on this week and pushing it.
Mate, I went on there the other day and it went new releases, GG. I was like,
is that the Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Which absolutely tanked at the box office.
This is exactly what I said to the missus. I was like, that tanked at the box office, and that's a new release on Netflix.
It's that old. It's from the time Ben Affleck and Jennifer J-Lo were together first time on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GG. Fucking hell. So what is he going to drag out of obscurity next?
But that's what I'm saying, though. The Shaft goes in, off, on and off, on and off. And they brought that back on now as the big release this week. You've got all these new series and everything else that are dropping, but that's the one they're pushing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've sort of...
I don't know if Netflix now are more bothered about shareholders than viewers.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is that the other month, everything they released was Bollywood. They went through a period of releasing Bollywood. When we had all the foreign movies and stuff like that, and the foreign series, there was like a flurry of them things come out, and then they went through a Bollywood sort of phase, if you like.
Yeah.
And now we're getting old movies that, I mean, Shaft, I've seen that a few times. It's not that
I
it's a
don't
bad
think
movie.
I've seen the new Shaft. I've seen the original one.
Yeah, the original's back in the day. Yeah.
I used
No,
to have that.
he's a good actor. Do you know what I mean? He's a
Yeah.
good actor, but I saw Gigi and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
No, it's just
There's not a lot.
Lana goes through Netflix. She spends more time trying to find something to watch than she does watching a film. And then she'll put something on and go, it's shit. And she'll turn it off. So she's looking at cancelling Netflix.
Hmm.
I can probably get all the series via other means that I need
Yeah.
anyway. We just don't know what we're paying Netflix for.
At this point, I don't know why you pay for it.
There's an odd GM every now and then that comes out on Netflix, but you've got to search for it.
Yeah.
You've got to go page 87 when you're scrolling across to go and find something worth watching.
Do them codes ever work? Because I've seen videos online of like people going, if you want to find out something on Netflix, put these codes in, and it'll give you like a breakdown of all your horror movies and all.
Like type in code 637 to get all sci-fi. I don't know. I've never tried it.
Can't you just go to some genre though? We haven't got well, we have got Netflix, but I've never ever used Netflix. I will do once because I used to only watch Netflix really for documentaries.
Yeah.
And I'd see if there was a series on which I wanted to watch, then I'll watch that series. But
don't get me started on the Netflix own documentaries though.
Why? What's going on with the Netflix own documentary?
You're no further informed after 4 episodes of a Netflix documentary than you were when you started. Git.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, you're no further along in a Netflix series than when you started. That one about the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Well, you're like, it's a 6-part series, and by part 2, you could have got it over and done with.
And the what's the other one about the serial killer and stuff like that? And you have
the murderer, stuff like that, where it's like, by episode 2, you're going, he definitely he did it. Don't care what they do, he did it. And then episode 3 and 4, you're like, well, actually,
But then you've got the same professional witness who's arguing the fact that he killed him, arguing in episode 4, oh, by the way, I don't think he did it. There's this little piece of evidence I missed out on that first hour-long episode.
Oh, we've got In the Bedroom with Chris.
Oh, it's like Polly, it's all over again.
Big breakfast.
Sorry about that. Hang on a minute. I need to get comfy. Hang on a sec.
What are you doing? Having a fart?
That's what I thought. I thought you were going to see him raise a leg up to the side. I was like, whoa.
Like he's levitating now.
Bed, has he?
Oh, have you got an old person's bed where it's like...
Yeah. I was looking at him.
He fucking has it all.
He's sure he's it. Did you get a stair lift with that house as well, Chris? You get a stair lift?
That's been fitted in after it's decorated.
He's got a nursemaid as well that comes and tucks him in every night.
Hang on.
That's what Belle's there for. It's a carer, really.
That's why she's called Belle, because it's like...
Hey, Lainey, bloody hell.
Good evening, Lainey.
I hope you're well. I hope you're well, Lainey. Missed you.
I can't see the chat. Can't see the chat.
It's have you figured out that the Wi-Fi is not great in the conservatory then, or what?
Who, my Wi-Fi?
No.
Oh, Chris.
It's the we've got we're using a 3's 5G at home router at the minute. So it's all wireless, and actually that's the first time it's actually properly dropped out. But when I've turned off the Wi-Fi now and just rebooted it, but I'm actually just going off the 5G signal on my phone now, which is like
It's better.
It's about 350 megs.
The only problem is all that framework in his automatic bed's got a Goose's signal now, isn't it?
Maybe. I tell you what, these
So what's
beds. These
great
are
to
the
buy an
future,
old
these.
biddy bed then?
Yeah, are they? Are they
Amazing.
the future?
It's amazing. Seriously, you can sit up, put telly on over there, and you don't have to sort of prop yourself up and hurt your neck on the back.
But if your telly's to your right, you should have your telly in front of you. You need it so it swivels and turns. You need the more
telly in front.
Move the fucking wardrobe.
No, put the
I've got a
telly
big
on the
bloody
wall
mirror
behind
in
you.
front.
Put the telly on the wall behind you, and then you just get the mirror image.
Yeah, just watch it backwards.
Yeah, right. God.
Oh my god.
I also put the headphones into here instead of wearing them. Yes, that would
Yeah.
help.
Missed you, Laney. I hope you're
Laney's
well.
in. Hi, Laney.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hope you're doing all right.
So,
Is Laney home yet? Do we know?
I hope so. I saw a picture of a cake that she'd put on Facebook. I think it was today or yesterday.
Oh, right.
A little cupcake thing.
Oh, mentioning Facebook.
Someone might have brought her a cupcake.
Huh?
She might not be home. Someone might have just brought her a cupcake.
There is that. Laney, answer the question.
No, just mentioning when you're saying about Facebook and linking into Meta and everything. Have you started your threads today?
I think she's been busy coming up with new Fandango quizzes for everybody. While she's been away, I reckon.
I've signed up to that threads today. Just see what it's all about.
Oh yeah, have you? You one of the first 9 million. Oh bless you.
No, I think I'm number 3,842,000 or something.
You're an early adopter, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you reckon it's going to kill Twitter?
No, don't be silly.
I don't think it'll kill it, but it might have a little bit of an impact.
Who's the brains behind this one then?
Zuckerberg, isn't it?
Is it?
Facebook. Facebook, Twitter, and now Threads. It's like keeping them all together.
Oh. Bloody hell.
Speaking of quizzes, have you tried my movie quizzes yet, Neil?
I've done the first one with the kids because with it being Disney and everything, the kids loved it.
Yeah.
Beat me. Because there's some characters I'm like, what the hell are they called?
That was
like,
it, Laney. That was it. 75 years in a chest.
75th, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did the second one, and then because people were saying, oh, you need to give me more time. So I did the second one for 15 seconds a question. And then I made it a little bit easier. And the scores are coming in roughly the same as the first one.
I've not done the second one yet. I will have. I'm going to sit down with Belle and we'll do it again, like we did the first one.
Yeah, I was gonna delay it and put it out at the end of the month. But what we did was that we were having a drink on Saturday, and all the neighbours stayed round, and Andrew was staying with us. So we did the first one with the neighbours and said, "Oh, sod it, we'll put the second one live now." And we put the second one on, and they were all doing the quiz. To the point where Lana went to give me a quiz sheet so I could join in. I said, I've done the quiz. I'm going to get 40 on it. What's the point of me joining in?
It would have been embarrassing if you got any wrong, wouldn't it?
It would have been really embarrassing if I got any more. Yeah, some people have asked me to do a horror quiz. So I might just do solely horror because I have avoided putting horror in them at the moment. So I might do like genre-specific quizzes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the first one was quite hard. I did enjoy doing the first one and stumping you all, and I thought the second one was dead easy, but that sort of stumped you as well.
Laney, we're all thinking about you, love. I hope you get out of hospital soon.
Yeah,
definitely. We do miss you. So get well soon, love.
Have you managed to get this is a question, Laney. Have you managed to get us on your big telly on the wall yet? Like this live stream on there?
Oh, in the hospital?
In the hospital ward, yeah.
Yeah. If you could get some
Yeah.
get some subscribers for us while you're there, lady, that'd
while
be
you're there.
fantastic.
Yeah. Any visitors who come in, you can't come in until you subscribe to this.
Yeah.
I have missed you doing our quizzes that much, Laney. I've had to adopt.
Resort.
I've had to adopt a new method of doing them while we wait for you. However, if you have got the internet in the hotel, in the hotel,
In the
hospital,
hotel.
if you've got the internet in the hospital, then please feel free to do movie chats quiz 1 and 2. It might keep you entertained for a bit. Talk about keeping us entertained. He's changed position again.
I haven't. I'm still here. I'm back on the Wi-Fi now. Hopefully it'll be okay. I just rebooted it. Fucking pain in the ass, seriously.
Yeah, so I said to Lana, give me a few films, and she was reeling off a load of movies and stuff like that. And so, right, okay, so I sort of knew where to aim the quiz at. And
This is literally going to be a bloody Insidious quiz, isn't it?
I might do that. I might do 40 questions on Insidious,
Including 20 of them from the new one.
Yeah, yeah. But the only thing with the Insidious franchise, and we were talking about Dave about this the other week, weren't we? About the state of modern day horror. They're not really horror. They're more jump scare movies, aren't they? And my problem is with the jump scare is that I go, you hear something rummaging in the cupboard, and I'm like, right, well, don't open the cupboard. It's locked itself in the cupboard. What are you opening the cupboard for? Why are you walking over to the cupboard? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why have you got your hand at the door, the handle, the hand on handle? Why are you opening it? Boom, and it jumps out, and I still jump, although I know it's there, and I'm building myself up to something popping its head out the flipping cupboard door, and it gets me every time.
There's no such thing as a horror anymore, is there? It's like they're all certificate 15s. That's not a horror.
Yeah.
It's like, when was the last proper horror that was an 18 certificate? A proper horror. When was the last one? I mean, I can't even think of one.
Yeah, it's just you're absolutely bang on there. You look at it, 1 and 2, 15s. I never realised that. I mean, to be fair, the original was
the last one.
Bloody hell.
Don't know. Even all your B movie stuff now, so 12s and 15s. There's no 18s, is there?
Halloween ends.
When more the B movies 18s back in the day, because it was more like boobs in it.
Yeah,
possibly. I think obviously the toleration levels or whatever, the levels by which it's measured these days is a lot less stringent as it was, back
I suppose there is that.
90s, maybe 80s, 90s.
But you don't get in the good, even slasher movies now. You don't get good death scenes, do you? When was the last time you see someone run someone through with a machete properly? And stuff like that. It's just, yeah.
People would get offended.
When was the last time you see someone getting pushed through a tree cutter?
Easy.
One of the thingy machines.
I couldn't tell you.
I've seen it so long. Out the other side, the chipper machines. You don't see anything like that anymore, do you? You just see people getting taken off a couch, and you just assume that they're dead.
Does that not come back to the all that is? You're more scared of what you can't see than what you can see. So it's like
last night in A&E. Nice one, lady.
Well, I don't know, because even now though, when you see films like Jaws and Aliens and stuff like that, where you wait an hour to see the big bad, you're building up to that. Things are happening, but you're building up to seeing the big bad. You see them now in the first 5-10 minutes, so you know exactly what it is everyone's facing.
Yeah.
So you've lost that scare ability of the big bad.
Yeah.
Right? But then all you've got is the jump scares that come after that, where that, as I said before, they're hiding behind a door, or you see it under the bed before the person walks through the door. You know,
Yeah.
they foreshadow something's coming. I would like to see a film where I don't know what's stalking me, I don't know where it is, and it's going to petrify the shit out of me. And we haven't had one of them in years.
But that's like finding one of your greatest showmans in the room, isn't it?
No, that was just some little fucking bellend thinking he was being funny.
Everywhere you looked, it was like another one.
Yeah, I found another one.
I just think there is a chance for Movie Chat's first movie premiere, movie attempt, movie production.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You do
Right,
it,
yeah.
mate. Just get Lana to keep scaring the shit out of Steve and filming this.
But that means little Steve's got to put some effort in.
You cheeky twat, honestly.
You know, I would prefer to see jump scare videos from little Steve. In fact, I'd be petrified if I ever did see him put an unlisted video on our YouTube studio.
Absolute twat.
But you know what, though? I think Neil might have a point here. Why don't you, on the channel, do a bit of like, you know, like Be Kind Rewind and do some scenes from some of the great films and do scenes in your own way?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Interesting concept.
A classic scene from a great film, you know, Jurassic Park, Titanic, whatever. Pick a film, do a scene and redo it yourself.
Steve does look a bit like a dinosaur in real life, you're right.
Fucking cunts.
Going one step further than Chris as well, you could do a scene, not tell anyone what it is, and it could be part of a quiz.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this brainstorming here. There you go.
Chris is the natural in front of the camera.
Your channel is going to go viral if you do shit like this. I'm telling you. You'll overtake Cooking the Haydens in a week.
Cooking the who?
I forgot my own name. I reckon it's a great idea. I think Neil credit for that, but come on.
There you go.
You got a prop. You got a prop for Jaws there. Straight up.
Baby, but the thing is, people are not seeing Jaws, they'll just think Baby Shark at the beginning of Baby Shark.
Yeah. Lady said we had to be locked in a bay as they brought someone in handcuffed with armed police. Bloody hell, I bet that was a bit of a...
What type of hospital are you in? What have you been locked up for?
She's in Newcastle, isn't she? I mean, come on.
Bloody hell.
No way.
A bit of drama, that's
No one
right.
has to spend 15 weeks in hospital. She doesn't need abuse like that, Chris.
It's like Big Brother, isn't it? Week 15 in Newcastle Hospital.
Oh, I bet it was the talk of the hospital, wasn't it?
You missed it. If anything, little Steve, it could have been. It was the talk of the tune.
The talk of the tune. Yeah, I missed that one. I had an opportunity then and I blew it.
It was an open goal and you hit the ball.
Yeah.
Do you know what you've done there? You've been like Balotelli and tried to do a silly thing and hit it past the post like that pre-season friendly for you.
Yeah, he thought the whistle had gone.
Erica, okay, someone needs to do Jaws with Baby Shark. But yeah, that'll be live on our channel by the end of the night. Oh God!
Oh God!
Maybe you could start a new wheel for that.
It's not as funny now you've put that. Yeah.
She's
Cheers, Lainey.
she's one that's led us down the path there, hasn't she?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Sorry, I dropped my phone. Oh, I've knocked Neil off.
Yeah, just by dropping your phone.
I reckon you could have a new wheel, right? Whatever comes up on the wheel, you've got to then make a video of a scene of your choice from that film, and upload it onto the channel. Be Kind Rewind style. Awesome. Make your own little prop.
It's you that loves doing that stuff.
Seriously, I think you two could do it.
To be fair though, Chris, to be fair though, Chris, how long did we wait for the Robin Williams but top 5? How long
Oh,
are we
here we
waiting for him
go.
to do his top 5 Steven Spielberg movies? If he's got to reenact something, we could be here for years.
He could do a scene from Mrs. Doubtfire like he was going to do previous.
Like he was going to do.
Big Steve versus Little Steve in the scenes and get people to vote.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Chris, yeah.
2 scenes, 1 video. Vote in the comments who's the best.
I thought that, Erica, as well. I thought he was giving us some weird tour of his bedroom then.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you've already had me lagged, I think.
it was like the 60s Batman when it spun around.
Have you had hot dog legs yet?
What?
Oh,
Have you had your hot dog legs yet?
sorry?
No.
I won't.
Go on. Are you going to show us your hot dog legs while you're in
You've
bed?
had it already, haven't you? Didn't I show you before?
Yeah, we've had pictures in the past of you sat on a lounger. It looks like hot dogs.
It'll be
Don't
interesting
say
though,
that.
'cause
That
if
sounds
he gets
sick.
stuck himself in, what type of shot are we going to get live on stream?
Hey, Sophie.
Hi, Soph. Yeah, I reckon we could probably do that movie, or I could probably do that, reenact movie scenes. Little Steve's probably not interested.
Don't write him off before you've started. That's not going to give him any confidence.
He does that a lot, mate. I've got no confidence.
Yeah, I'm with you there, little Steve. That's not very nice.
I'm just getting him back for him bullying me at the start of the stream.
I'm thinking what sort of content we can put out, and he just takes videos of the bathroom and just gets viral with it. His pictures. You know. I think more quality content to put out, get a good traction on it, and his missus just does a bit of a dance, and then next thing you know, that's more popular. Or a Tarzan that looks like he's wanking. Do you know what I mean?
Sex does sell. If you see my shot the other day in bikini, that's one of your best shots recently.
The best one, Neil, was I put a video out and it was getting like 1,800 views. Little Steve puts a video out and beats me about 2 views. And with minutes of it going over, he must have been watching it on the studio. And then he sends me a message. I have now got the highest view video on the channel. And I replied, check again. Because
no, I got to bed. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, I got a message going, check again. 5 o'clock in the morning, because you'd actually watched the program within that first hour you were up.
So Will Smith had just slapped Chris Tucker, and it's just like, yeah, Chris Rock. There you go, bang, gone. 3,000 views within like half an hour of post. Check again,
Destroyed me, that did. Jungle Burger.
Oh God!
See, you could do that where you each do it as a short and like the movie scene and see who gets the most views.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good idea, you two being on here.
The thing is with shorts, and I'd say don't do it as a short, only because they have a short shelf life. So if you want your videos to keep being watched like after a week, then don't do it as a short. You could do 1 or 2 just for the channel, just to try and get people in.
That's what I do. That today's the day thing. That's just a short thing to get eyes on the channel, get new subscribers in. My live stream is my weekly thing, which I'm not doing at the moment because of work. But like you say, evergreen content. What Chris is talking about. Quizzes is one of the best ones. I've got an 80s TV soundtrack one. It still gets about 50 views a day. Yeah. And that's up 2 years ago. It's got 80,000 views.
Yeah, really?
And
if you remember, like during lockdown, people were putting quizzes out, and they were being lapped up. You know, thousands of views on quizzes.
Oh yeah,
My quizzes do better. Like when you release a quiz, release it at the beginning on a Friday, just before the weekend, because people on a weekend, if they've got people around drinking, well, you've just done that, haven't you, Big Steve? Where you have people that I usually see them videos. I've got like a few. I've got loads where I've got them naming up all the stuff, but I just need to edit and get them done. But But yeah, I usually see spikes on the weekend for them.
Cheers, Z.
The only thing for me is the time it takes to do the quiz. Because
I bet it takes a while to put that video together and to do all
yeah,
the
if you were just to do it live now, and I'm just asking you the questions as we're going, it won't take us on. But sitting there and you know yourself, Neil, sitting there and putting it all together and it takes time. I don't mind it. I really enjoy doing it. Well, sorry.
You go, oh, that could be cut out because you do get to the point where you try and you could just put it out and someone probably wouldn't notice the difference, but you're just thinking that pause is a bit too long there. I don't need that in. I don't need that in, and you just start all the editing. Sometimes I think as well.
But for 15 minutes of content and it takes you 6 hours, you know, to do it, and it's got fun doing it because I do think to myself, do you know what, I've got you on that question. There's no one that's going to get that question, and there's no one that's going to get this one, and it does surprise me when we do it. When we had Mike and Mel, Andrew and Lana doing the second quiz, it does surprise me what people get compared to what I think they wouldn't get, and it's the easy ones that stump them. Yeah, it is quite funny watching it. But I'm gonna do one a month. I think that's my plan. Do one a month.
I'll tell you what watch out for as well. If you've got any movies which are coming up like 20-year anniversary or something, so say I don't know. What year were we to 2023? If anything come out in like say 1983 or 1993, it was a big movie that's coming up like say 20 years or 30 years or like 25 years. If you've got it around that time, maybe release the quiz about a month beforehand. So get a bit of traction through the algorithm, and then when it hits that like next month, it might be in the system, ready just to someone.
Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. To be fair, I like that.
Yeah, maybe even if it's not your genre or anything, I don't know. I don't even know what movies come out in like 1993. No,
the thing is, if it's the 20-year anniversary, you're talking 2003. That does not seem fucking 20 years ago.
Christ, I'm 10 years off.
Well, just think, in 3 years' time, we'd have the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie.
What, the Michael Bay one?
Does that not make you feel old? In 3 years' time, you're going to have the 40th anniversary of a Transformers movie.
Not even that. What made me feel old was watching Glastonbury the other year and going, Jesus, like the other week, and going, I don't know anyone. You're going through saying, oh, they're on that stage. I don't know anyone who's on these stages. Yeah. And then Elton John comes on. I know Elton John. And then he brings on other performers. There's only Brandon Flowers I knew. And I'm like, still feel old.
Yeah, back to reality.
Yeah. No, it is interesting. And like you say, I do enjoy doing the quizzes, and we're going to do one a month on that. I'm not going to, but if you've got like your genre that you want me to do, or any ideas or anything like that, then please leave a comment in the chat. We'll pick them up from there, and we'll do the quiz. It's the same for like the actors wheel and the movie wheel and stuff like that. I'm not going to run the wheel this week. Because like you say, I don't know if it's my internet or Steve's internet or Chris's, but it's not running. So I'll run it and I'll post it separately so you know what we've got. And I'll let little Steve know. Other than that, guys, is there any, apart from us now going to have to go out and get a bigger fancy dress section than a movie set? You know, is there anything else?
I'm just wondering which part of my room to fit it all in, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I've got some space there.
No, that's not the point of it. You have to use things that you got to hand in the house because it's funnier that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see little Steve reenact. I'd like to see little Steve reenact the Mighty Ducks in that room. Where in that
do that shit.
There you go.
Quid. Yeah.
There you go. Start there.
I've got a contact for that one.
Yeah.
Fucking Mighty Ducks through the window.
You can do Fulton's knuckle puckle shot or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Just get put on a string and just go like that.
That'd take it to a whole new level, that would.
Yeah, but knowing little Steve, he'll tie it to the roof, he'll cut it, and it'll swing through the window.
Explain what happened there.
And that's a viral video right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, Channel Name Neil, he came on and he gave a suggestion, right? And it's really good.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
hell.
No, it's
Terrible.
definitely, we're definitely going to have to do it. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Right. Oh, Christ, it's 9:10.
I know. I was waiting for you to start shriveling up into a little prune, and
It's way
Yeah.
past bedtime.
it's well past his bedtime.
It is past my bedtime. You are right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for
Thanks.
watching Movie Chats. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. If better yet, if you still haven't done it, hit that subscribe button. We are currently comfortably sitting at 5:15. We've not lost or gained or anyone for the last 2 weeks. So thank you for sticking with us. It's much appreciated. Yeah, check out our regular content. Little Steve has promised he will release
I'll get him out
something.
this week because I need to free up the space.
And keep an eye out for all our silly movie scenes then and quizzes. If you haven't gone and done
Good.
quiz 2, go and do quiz 2.
You've done it now. You've said it. You got to commit to that now.
We're
I
gonna
can't
have
wait to see you on
go for it.
Christmas Day. I'm dragging that shit out when you start asking if for any questions.
That's a point. Yes, Chris, you volunteered yourself for Christmas Day there
When? What?
on Monday.
What?
Oh, only to do a duck race. That's it.
Still Christmas Day.
No.
You know when you move your
Yeah, well,
finger
well.
across the screen like that, it looks like an alien facehugger finger.
Or something else.
E.T.
So, guys,
touched me there.
thank you very much for popping on and keeping us entertained tonight. Really appreciated it. Yeah, thank you so much for that.
No,
Lainey, if you're still there, I hope you're getting better soon, love. And thank you,
Yeah.
everybody in the chat, for joining us. I really appreciate the support we get.
Yeah. Catch you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.